share the creativity. Like I said before, you have these mindsets on the East Coast. You had it in the Harlem Renaissance, where it was nothing for a resident who lived in Harlem at that time to come around the corner and see Dizzy Gillespie and Thelonious Monk and Langston Hughes and Sarah Vaughan and Lena Horne walking down the street or chilling at a pub or a cafe, jamming out together. It had nothing about ego. We were artists. We were black people. We were innovators, defining a time and a movement, and creating a scene and opportunity for our people to be expressive and to breathe, and to exist. Yes. So that's what we want to create here. We want to bring that creative expression, that hub, that mecca of creative expression that will in turn inspire and motivate our children who live in this vicinity to be on a positive mode and be intact and engaged in creative expression. Because when you suppress that, then you get negative results. You get negative explosion. They act out in a negative manner. Yes. Because they're bursting with all these ideas and this creative expression, but they feel nobody wants to hear it. The governments and the powers that be, they cut art programs out of all the schools. The first things that they cut in budgeting was art, creative expression. Well, that was all part of the whole plan, the master plan, that they turn these children out into negative monsters. They perpetrate all this negative energy and behavior out on the street because they can't express. Mm-hmm. Nobody's listening. So when you suppress that creative expression, that creative thought and mindset, then you get these negative results. And so we're filled with it. Yes. We're filled with it because they can't express themselves. Not everybody is a rapper. Not everybody plays sports. So what about that child who loves to draw? What about that child who loves to dance? Or that child that loves to write stories and poems? Yes. And where's the avenues and the form and the place of refuge for them? So if no one is advocating this freedom, this creative expression, and advocating the fact that you can be self-sustainable and an entrepreneur, what I'm looking for, you have entrepreneurial opportunities through your creative expression or your godly talent, then they think, well, I gotta do what's gonna help me survive. So I gotta be the gangbanger now. I gotta sag my pants so I'm accepted in the hood that I gotta go to every single day. Because regardless of what we saying out here, the adults and the teachers and the administrators, and you should do this, and the reality is every day they got to go back to where nobody wants to hear that. We don't want to see your drawings today. We can care, man, do you have my money? Can we get this money right now? And so they're set on this false sense of self-sustainability by hustling, I gotta look a certain way so I'm accepted, because if I go in the hood with my creative expression, they're gonna laugh at me, or they're gonna say I'm this and that. And if I stick out like a sore thumb, then I'm being bullied, or I might be killed. That's a reality in our neighborhoods. So these children who really want to draw or write a poem, they like, man, they ain't accepted in my hood. So I got to do what's accepted so that I can live the next day without getting bullied. So where do they go? What do they do? Who's looking out for them? So that's our job here, and that's our mission down here, is to create an environment barrier-free, that these children can be inspired and motivated daily, not just on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis, on a program basis, but daily. Ride through here and say, wow, man, just the spirit of creativity is in the air over there. The spirit of love and acceptance is in the air over there. I feel like I'm at home.